June 30th, 2013. Yarnell Hill, Arizona. An elite wildland firefighting crew, the Granite Mountain Hotshots, are battling a wildfire. 20 of them, among the best of the best. Young, tough, highly trained. Then a sudden storm hits. Winds shift 40, 50 miles per hour. The fire reverses directions. The crew had been in a safe burned out area called the Black, but they left it. They descended from a safe ridge into a box canyon filled with unburnt fuel, directly into the fire's new path. Likely trying to reach a ranch, fighting to protect the town. But communications breakdown prevented them from receiving crucial time weather updates. They didn't know what was coming. 19 firefighters were trapped and killed. The highest wildland firefighting death toll since 1933. Investigations later pointed to unpredictable weather, dangerous positioning, communication failures, including infrequent and vague updates between the hotshots and command staff, questionable operational decisions, including a culture of high risk and aggressive firefighting that may have driven the crew to re-engage the fire to save homes. Here's what I want you to understand. When trust breaks down in corporate America, profits suffer. When trust breaks down here, people die. I've talked about the importance of trust for 25 years. Not just as a soft skill. Trust is operational, structural, tangible. Trust is life or death. Trust is the foundation of my 7-layer performance-aligned leadership model, PALM for short. Because without trust, nothing aligns. I break trust into 5 layers because if you can see the cracks, you can fix them. Now, before I go any further, I put together a free guide on how to give feedback as a leader. Learning to effectively give feedback is crucial to build trust. My feedback playbook is one of my most practical tools I've created. Delivering feedback can make or break an organization, yet most leaders, possibly including yourself, do it wrong. The link is in the description. Grab it now, and let's keep going. Now let me tell you a story. I was hired to train the United States Forest Service hotshots, elite wildland firefighters. As part of this training and development engagement, my team was brought in, and alongside this hotshot crew, we revisited and analyzed past tragedies. Cracks in trust, cracks in communication, cracks in collaboration, and the consequences were real. For this hotshot development process, the senior leader, or SOUP, didn't want a typical classroom. He wanted 2 12-hour grueling days indoors and out. He wanted it to feel like fighting fire, exhaustion, stress, and decision fatigue. Because that's when trust either holds or fractures. There was another layer to our real and raw team development. One of the crew members had a severe stutter. In a profession where seconds matter, where clarity matters, where hesitation can cost lives, you could actually feel the team's uncertainty, the lack of confidence, micro cracks in the foundation of that crew. Most were men in their early to mid-20s, a couple women on the team, big egos and pride. We pushed them through high-stress simulations, inside and outdoors. The cracks widened, tempers fired, and egos collided. And so arguments broke out. Even one physical fight where one of the crew members grabbed another by the throat against a wall. By the end of day 1, it was clear. This was not about skills. It was about trust. The senior leader pulled me aside and said, "Keep pushing them. Push them harder. Because in the field, they don't just work together, they hold each other's lives in their hands." So let me walk you through the 5 crucial layers of trust that we taught them in those 2 days. Layer 1, integrity, the foundation. Do your actions match your words? Do you keep your commitments? Do you admit mistakes? Do you disclose risks transparently? On a fire line, pretending is fatal. There's no room for dishonesty about your readiness, your fears, or your limitations. If you say you're good and you're not, people can die. In any organization, when leaders say one thing and do another, cracks start. People stop believing and alignment dies. Layer 2, consistency. Are you predictable in your standards, your follow-through, your behavior? Do you clarify expectations and follow through on timelines? When the fire is closing in, you need to know exactly the person next to you, what they will do and how they will respond. Not hope, no. Hope is not a strategy. Consistency isn't boring, it's survival. Inconsistent leaders create chaos. People can't align with a moving target. Layer 3, relationship. Do people feel safe with you? Do you listen without interrupting? Do you offer support and show appreciation and avoid assumptions about someone's intentions? Remember the firefighter with the severe stutter? In a profession where seconds matter and clarity is everything, he could have been dismissed. The ego barriers on that team were real. But psychological safety means the crew accepts that person as a teammate, not a liability. They need to build real relationship-level trust, not just tolerate each other. Without relationship trust, people hide problems, avoid conflict, and withhold ideas. Psychological safety isn't a buzzword. It's the operating system. Layer 4, ability. Do you demonstrate experience and expertise? Do you plan and prepare thoroughly? Do you invest in development, share knowledge openly, and admit skill gaps? Elite crews still retrain. Humility equals survival. Even the best hotshot crews don't stop training. Conditions change. Fires behave differently. Overconfidence kills. Our leadership and communication training wasn't questioning their skill, it was deepening it under pressure. You can have all the integrity in the world, but if you can't do the job, trust erodes. Competence is a layer of trust. Layer 5, motivation. Do you take initiative? Do you share the why? Can you demonstrate commitment during adversity and align personal goals with team goals? Are you here for ego or the mission? Big egos, big pride. That was the hotshot crew on day one. But ego-driven motivation fractures under pressure. Mission-driven motivation unites. If people are only in it for themselves, the team will fracture under stress. A shared mission is a layer of trust. Now here's what most leaders miss. It's not enough to be strong in one layer if another is cracked. High integrity plus low ability equals liability. You're honest and ethical, but you can't do the job. People trust your character, but not your competence. High ability plus low relationship equals dysfunction. You're brilliant, but no one wants to work with you. Skill without connection equals isolation. High motivation plus low consistency equals chaos. You're passionate and driven, but unpredictable. People don't know which version of you will show up. We stood on that mountain so they would feel what happens when even one layer collapses. And here's a deeper truth from the palm. Trust and communication are reciprocal forces. Trust improves communication and collaboration, and communication and collaboration build trust. They feed each other. And when trust cracks, communication cracks. When communication cracks, trust cracks even further. It's a downward spiral or an upward one. Think back to Yarnell Hill. Communication breakdowns prevented the crew from receiving crucial weather updates. The fire reversed, 19 lives lost. The communication failure and the trust failure were connected. Reciprocal forces breaking down in the worst possible moment. By the end, those 2 grueling days with a hotshot crew I trained, something shifted. They saw each other differently. They understood each other differently. They trusted each other differently. The young firefighter with the stutter, he wasn't a liability. He was a teammate. Our final team process put them to the test. They had to deliver a speech, heart, body, and soul, on the topic of commitment and shared accountability. And their own teammates would decide if they had passed or failed. The intensity was awe-inspiring. And then we all witnessed our own little miracle. The gentleman with the stutter delivered the most heartfelt, passionate, gut-wrenching speech about his unwavering commitment for several minutes without a single stutter. None of us could logically figure out what had just happened. We shook our heads in disbelief, and literally tears streamed down our faces. We all witnessed an extreme trust breakthrough. It was unfucking real. When the individual commits to the team commits to the individual. Bonding happened. Ego dissolved. Respect was built. Communication strengthened. The crew shifted to a mission-first mindset. Trust is built not by team-building gains. It's built layer by layer, moment by moment. In business, cracks in trust kill performance. In leadership, cracks in trust kill culture. And in some professions, cracks in trust can kill. Trust isn't soft, it's survival. It's the foundation of a high-performance culture. It's the difference between ego and execution. If you want a high-performance team, stop talking about trust and start building the layers. If you can see the cracks, You can fix them. And if you can fix them, you don't just improve the culture, you unleash results. You protect relationships, and sometimes you even save lives. Now, if you want to go deeper on the mindset shift that makes all of this possible, I break the whole thing down in this video right here. I'll see you there.